Greetings Namibia, welcome to another insightful and educational episode of On the Farm with me, Michael Madimba. Today we're finding ourselves approximately 60 kilometers south of Windhoek in the settlement of Groothoop. This is where the CJC Agricultural Training College is situated. Today we're going to be focusing on the aspect of farming of piggery. And joining me on today's show is Mr. Calvin Mukumba, the operations manager of CJC Agricultural Training College. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukumba, for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you, Michael. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So please just share a bit of insights about what's going on here in terms of the Piggery Fund.
So this is the Piggery division of CJC Agriculture Training College. This is an initiative that we recently started. We didn't have piggery. We were concentrating more on the horticulture side. We were also into poultry production, rabbit production. Then we discovered that this it's a market that we had not ventured into. Then we decided late last year in October, it's when we started the project. It's an interesting project which we are really enthusiastic about, and we are very optimistic that it's going to be a success.
Great stuff. I'm actually a pork lover myself, so this is an interesting episode for me. So take us a little bit backwards and just share with us how this vision was brought forth of establishing the Piggery Fund.
When we're looking into the market, we are always trying to see where we can explore the market which is not really flooded. We realize that most of the butcheries, especially inside Windhoek, they did not have pork. Most of them were actually complaining that pork is not really as they would want it. So we discovered that it's a good thing for us to try to venture into it. So late last year we decided to start the project. We did not start with a very huge number. We only started with 7 sows. They are the ones that we started with, and we were very fortunate because by December and January January this year, they all gave birth. An interesting number of each was giving an average of 14 piglets per sow. So like that, it gives us the enthusiasm to see that this is something that can really grow into something big. From just 7 in October, can you believe that now we have 128 pigs in this pigsty? So we are quite happy. We are seeing the project is growing, and if you come back after 6 months, I'm telling you, you are going to see the growth.
Let's talk about some of the challenges that you have encountered in terms of the piggery itself, running the piggery on a day-to-day basis. Would you be kind enough to just share some insights on that?
Our main challenge here in Groothoop is water. You realize that this side of the farms, there are no boreholes and there are no water sources. So for us to run this project that you are seeing here, we deliver water from the college, which is around 5 kilometers away from here. So we deliver water from there, coming with it every day. So you see, it's quite cumbersome, but we are trying to manage. The other challenge that we are also facing is sometimes there are disease outbreaks, but we really have been trying to make sure that every time we vaccinate them so that they are always healthy. Pigs are quite interesting. The interesting part of it is one pig can give birth 3 times a year. So with an average of 12 piglets at a time, you are talking of around 36 pigs that you can get from one sow. So it's something that we are really looking forward to. But these challenges that I have mentioned, especially the challenges of water, we are trying to join hands with the municipality, city of Windhoek, so that they will allow us to drill a bore here, so that we don't really have water challenges. Because pigs, some people say pigs are dirty, but they are not. It's only the keepers that are supposed to make sure that the pigsties are always clean at every moment. Because if the pigsties are not clean, they are easily affected by diseases.
I should commend you for the absolute hygiene that I've witnessed for myself. In most cases, people associate pigsties with unhygienic conditions, but I should commend you for this facility as well. It's really up to scratch. Okay, now let's talk a bit about the operations management side of things. For the layman who doesn't understand how piggery functions or how piggery works, what are the basics of establishing a piggery such as this one successfully?
You will realize that piggery, it's more of a project that you need to be more aware of, especially when it comes to the stages, from the servicing to the taking care of the piglets and making sure that they get adequate food. You will realize that each pig, let's talk of the pigs themselves. Each pig is supposed to eat 2 kg of food every day. Then you go to the winners, they are supposed to eat 1 kg of food every day. You go to if you are having a bull, it's supposed to have 3 kgs of food every day. So I can say there's a bit of, you need to have the knowledge on how you are supposed to take care of them. Then the first thing that I would say is, when you are into piggery, the most important thing is that when you are starting this project, it's a really high capital project, because pigs, they want to eat every day, and if they don't get the food that is required, you will not get the desired outcome. So like I was saying before, let's say you start a project today, you have the sows that you are having, you have to feed them. The gestation period for a pig is around 116 days. Some they say is 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days. So that's how they calculate it. So if a pig is serviced today, then you have to wait for 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days, which is 116 days. So it's record keeping is important, so that you know, because you are supposed to monitor it. If a pig, the bad thing about pigs is they normally want to give birth at night, especially in the morning hours around 4. So if you are not monitoring, you are not aware when it's supposed to give birth. If it gives birth and there is no attention, it tends to sometimes sleep on the small piglets, and you really not get the desired outcome. So record keeping is the most important thing. You know how it's when a pig is supposed to give birth. Then when they are born, they are supposed to drink from the mother. The pigs are supposed to breastfeed for 30 days. They just say 28 to 35 days. So we calculate a month while they are breastfeeding from the mother. Then after a month, you have to wean them. So when you wean them, they are now moving into what they call creep meal. It's the food that they're supposed to start eating. They are called weaners at that time. You give them again a month as weaners, then you move them again now into grower food. They are now called growers. So when they are growers, it means you are now moving into maturity. A pig, from the day it is born, after 6 months is supposed to be ready for slaughtering. That is, if you are giving it the correct food amounts. Then you also move to servicing the source. One is supposed to be monitoring also. We don't look at them like cattle that you just say, the bull is there. One is supposed to be there monitoring to make sure that there is to make sure that the actual mating takes place. So those are the things that you're supposed to know as someone who is venturing into piggery. Let's now speak about the value chain of the piggery industry or the piggery sector. Who are some of the stakeholders that you work hand in hand in ensuring that the raw product is, processed right through up until the end consumer receives it on their table? you realize that small scale piggery producers, they are not really registered to the boards that help in taking up the produce into the market. So their main market will just be the local butcheries and individuals who come, like for instance here we sometimes get individuals who would come and say, I want this pig, just slaughter one for me. And but that one can only work when you are doing small scale production. If you are now venturing into large scale piggery, it means you now need to be registered to the boards, which are
the institution.
Yeah, into the institution. Yeah. So when you are registered, now they normally will be able to come and take up your produce, and they also help you to get the actual market.
Any final words to piggery entrepreneurs that will probably want to venture into the same sector as well? Any final remarks or word of encouragement that you'd want to share with them?
I would want to say this is really an interesting initiative. Piggery is something which is, I can say, is the future, especially in the agricultural sector. You will never go wrong when taking care of pigs. The most interesting thing is that the market is always there. People are out there, like yourself, you said you're a pork lover. A lot of people out there, they are pork lovers. The market is there, the demand is there, but the supply is low. So I recommend that anyone who is willing to start this project, they should start. I believe that sometimes people are just afraid of venturing into these kind of businesses because they are just afraid of the unknown. But some of institutions like CJC Agriculture Training College, we also have those trainings. You can also come to us and we train you on how to keep the pigs, and making sure that when you start your project, or when you start your project, you get moving, because if you are having the actual knowledge, then I'm telling you, you will be successful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukumba. That was quite insightful. I learned quite a lot.
Thank you. It was nice having you.
Awesome. There you have it, Namibia. Mr. Kelvin Mukumba, the operations manager of CJC Agricultural College, basically sharing with us information on how to run a piggery and what it entails. Like you heard from him before, CJC offers various courses and piggery is one of them. Do catch us on next week's episode. From myself, Michael Madimba, it's a wrap.